No, when I make up my mind, I always move forward. So I don't think I will miss anything. Because if I'm missing, I miss anything. If I feel that if I'm missing something, I won't have left. I saw the potential in the players, and then looking from outside, I knew that they are not maximizing what they have technically, and in terms of technically as well. And once I went there, I realized that reason is that the training habits were not up to the international or the right track, and mentally they had a defeated mindset, like they were happy but they were beating certain standard of player teams. So those are the two big areas that I realized I saw, and then we changed training habits and mental side of the game. Uh, yeah, when they approached me, I have made up my mind to move away from Bangladesh. So I thought that this is probably a good opportunity for me to come and take up Sri Lanka job, because that's one of my dreams to coach. Because as a player, it's your dream to play for your country, and then as a coach, that is your coaching your country's ultimate goal or the honor. So they approached me a few times before, and I was not in a position to take over at that time. Or it's four times, I can't remember, within last 3 years or 4 years, various times. But I felt that I was not in a position to take up the job. So when this opportunity came, I thought this is the right time to take. I had some concern and I have some request as well. The person who approached was Mr. Mathuana, Vice President. So, and then later on the President of the board. So both of them I had honest chat with them, that I asked what I need from them, from the board, and they assured that they are giving me their support. Yeah, so it took about 2 weeks, week to discuss all that. Some of them I don't want to discuss on public. It's not going to help you all or me. Mm. Those are the main concern is the three hands that I wanted to work with freedom. Those are the main issues, and then having my trusted the areas that I need help from coaching staff to have them around me as well. The opportunity to coach your country is the biggest motivation, and the timing of that offer came. So that's the biggest thing. I wanted to coach Sri Lanka team, but I don't want to stay away from my family. As you know, that I live in Sydney with my family, and they don't come with me. They don't travel with me because they study. So what me and my wife decided was, if you're going to stay away from your from us, from the family, you can't do very long. So rather me spending another 2 years there, so spending here taking over now, is that's the only time that I can do. So that's the reason. So probably in 3 years down the line, I'll probably not do this job. I will go back and settle down. It's because of the passion for coaching, and then you wanted to learn and observe and try to be the best what you're doing. So that's motivation, and that grit that you have to become the best what you do always take you places. So, and for me, it's that's the biggest thing that you can achieve for any walk of life. If you want to be the best, you find the way to be the best. Yeah, I can tell you this way: we are not playing to our potential. That's for sure. The reasons I can't pinpoint one or two. There are maybe various reasons. One, few, the biggest reasons I see from outside is the stability of the team, and and probably can't see any kind of a winning strategy or the plan how to go about doing it. Looking at the combinations and looking at the approaches. That's all I can see from outside. But I'm sure that this team has much more potential to do better. Yeah, I had to see if that happened, but I think it's the right time. The for me to take over, and then I think everyone looking forward for me to work and work hard with the boys and bring the best out of them. Um, I mean, there are enough things that happened in the past, so probably they have learned from it. So I don't think I'm the first one to go from it. Very important. That's why I said that looking from outside, that one thing that I will probably insist from the start, which I have done already with the selectors and with the board. So we need to bring that stability in the system, and that brings trust. When you bring the trust into the system, and the outcome is that players will go into the middle and play with freedom, and then the outcome is going to be always going to be good. Even if you can lose matches, but still you feel that you are giving your best, your 100%. So player selection means selection consistency. What I mean is, if you good at judging a player as a selector, if you give him opportunity, you need to have some kind of patience to see through whether that your judgment whether right or wrong. But if you keep changing quickly enough, that means your judgment is wrong, not the player. I don't think anyone have found the magic number, this X number. It's about, again, selectors are there because they are good at judging that. So they need to give the free hand to be patient with the players and give them X number, depend on so many other factors. And the opposition that you play, the condition you play, the how mature is the player is, whether he's the future player, whether we are developing or is a player that you're bringing in for certain series, all that matters. So that's why we can't give a number. Yeah. The domestic cricket structure, if you have a domestic cricket structure, what happens is your talent identification also poor, because they are performing on highly on a poor competition. So then, how much people shout at, oh, he's done this much, he has scored this much runs or wicket. When you come to the highest level, they are not going to perform the same way. So your identification is wrong or the poor. So what we can do is, which is Sri Lanka cricket is doing really well, is that having a good 8 teams program, which lasts probably 3 years. Me looking from outside from Bangladesh, I didn't have that support, 8 team structure, but Sri Lanka cricket had. So that's the way forward. So you're bridging that gap between first class cricket and the international cricket with 18 cricket. You're lucky as a country if you keep producing that the now players that you mentioned. They are not only the best in the country, they're the best in the world ever seen. Muralidharan Sangakkar. So that we are blessed with. They comes in not in every other year or every 10 years. They comes in once in the era. So, um, but at the same time, if you look at our captain, Test captain Dinesh Chandimal is top 10 batsman, and Ranganera is the top three bowlers in the country. So we have superstars in the current setup. What I said at the start, we are not having the right combination. We don't have the right kind of a game plan to approach certain situations, certain things. That's what I see. Oh, the white ball target probably our biggest challenge, or not challenge, that our focus should be World Cup 2019, and it is happening in England. We know we have already identified what kind of combination, what type of the game plan that we need to have to compete in England. So that is the white ball plan, because we don't have T20 World Cup near future. So we will use T20 as well as ODI cricket leading up to the World Cup to get that best combination and give exposure to the players. For example, if we think that one of the fast bowlers who bowl 140 or 145 should be playing in the World Cup, and he should not go there having 5 1 days behind his back. He should be playing at least 21 days by the time he reach. So if you don't have that much of matches, then T20 is another international format we can expose them. So those are the things that we will take those decisions with the selectors. I have already given this presentation and my ideas to the board and the selectors. And then the test cricket challenge is winning the test series. That's the main thing. We want to. My objective is we wanted to be unbeaten at home, because that's given. We have to be dominant at home, and then away from home we need to take step by step and find the challenges that we haven't achieved and try to achieve those. The Bangladesh team last 2.5 years at home, they've been very, very competitive. They beat every team. So it's going to be a huge challenge, because the time that I have with the current team is very, very limited. And so in looking at that, it's a bigger challenge than before. That when you go to Bangladesh, we have a very good record in Bangladesh before, but this is going to be different because they have improved a lot at home. They beat Australia, they beat England in Test cricket as well. So that's going to be a challenge. Oh, this is what we have seen. What I have seen last 2 days is that one of the best we have. And if you have somebody outstanding, and obviously he will stand out in domestic cricket, and then they always have a fast track into the system. That's what we're going to do. I mean, current selectors have done a wonderful job to get really good players into the system, and then I think um, we have the best players. I don't see anyone we are missing. Maybe I don't know. There's some players who are good enough, but it can't be as good as the other person. It has to be outstanding. That's where I'm looking at. I'm not looking at mediocre. Yeah. Just as normal, I had a very normal upbringing, childhood. My father was a soldier from Sri Lanka. My mother is a nurse, and we had enough backyard street cricket to play when growing up in Talwatagoda, Kalagoda. So I used to play cricket in the street like anyone. And then one day when I was at Veluana College, and they didn't have a cricket team, and my father come and said that, oh, your school is forming a cricket team. Do you want to go? I said yes, and I went for practice when I was at grade 4, and he's the one who just put me into that thing, and then from there I got into the team and started playing cricket, and the interest grew. Yeah, because the Veluana was it's a junior school, and after certain year that you have to go to another school to higher studies, and I was good at my studies, so I just got into Anand through my studies, not through cricket. Good memories is always that I played for Sri Lanka under 19, 1986 before playing school cricket. So I don't. It's unprecedented. It won't happen because. But that I'm very proud of, and I was lucky. And that a lot to do with my club that I was playing at that time, Tamil Union. They pushed me into the trials, and then I was lucky enough to, or fortunate enough to score runs at the right time, and then selectors scored. Yeah, selectors I caught. So they gave me the opportunity. The other one is my test debut. I was not even in the standbys. Um, Someone got injured and in New Zealand, and then I flown in and I start scoring runs straight away. I scored 80, 70 in my two test innings. So yeah, so those are the good memories. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good at forgetting my bad memories. I think it's come from my upbringings because, as I said, my father is a soldier, so he's pretty tough, and mother is a nurse. So this combination of when you are a nurse, you have a lot of empathy for people, and that tough upbringing of my father and the empathy for my mother, I was grow up in a really loving environment. So that's helped me to be resilient. Married to my wife, name is Shivika. Married now nearly 19 years. We got three lovely kids. My eldest is Cullen. He's 18. He just finished his HSC. Got into one of the top universities in Sydney. And my daughter is second. She's 15, and youngest is 11. They all settled down in Australia now. Cullen played cricket for Sydney Uni as well. And the Chaik, the youngest one, he played cricket and he's captain in Northern District for last 2 years, under 10 and under 11. If they're good enough, they might. No, they don't listen to me. Difficult period in terms of player, 2000 to 2003, because I was dropped from the team 1999 after 99 World Cup, and I tried very hard. If you look at the record, I become the player of the tournament for 3 years in a row, 2000, 2001, 2002. Still didn't get a looking to come back. That's hard and difficult because I always believe that doing right thing you get your way, but didn't. Um, the life in life is taking a family away from where you born and you live for 40 odd years without any security of a job or anything. It's a bit difficult. In that case, I wouldn't have left for Bangladesh. It's my country where I born and where I played cricket. So I think coaching your motherland is the biggest reward. If you That's a question you ask. So yeah, I mean it's the biggest honor, and I'm loving it. So and I'm going to give my best. My bad experience, was not with Sri Lanka cricket. It's with some of the individuals. I think even if they come, they would have realized that they have made a mistake. And because I still think that I haven't done anything wrong, and I still believe that, and I don't keep grudges. I move on. I didn't say anything, so that's they decide. I move on. I'm sure they will realize that what happened is they made a mistake.